Work to live. Don't live to work. That is a motto that has been implanted in my thinking ever since I've been 16 years old, where I got my first job. And to this day, 4 years later, I still follow that same motto. It's a motto that was instilled in me by my father, Lou Laurentius. Growing up in Detroit, he was the oldest of three kids. He had a brother, a sister, and he had two parents that actually immigrated here from Canada. All of middle school, he attended Our Lady of Loretto, a small private school just outside of Detroit. Along with attending school, he grew up with 50 different kids in his neighborhood that to this day, he is really good friends with. He actually remains in real close contact with around 5 of them, who at the time attended my grad party 2 years ago, and also just attended my sister's grad party last night. These friends actually used to call him Screwy Louie growing up. It's something you probably don't want me to tell you, but it's pretty funny. From Loretto, he went on to graduate from Catholic Central in 1985, where he was not only a student, but played football for a year, was an avid sports fan, trying to attend every single CC sporting event that he could, and he was also manager of the cross-country team, where his younger brother Larry, my uncle, was a part of the team. This was a great bonding experience for him that he still reminds me about every single day. Growing up, he was always a very smart and talented individual, always a smooth talker. With these abilities, he was able to pay his way through Lawrence Tech University, earning a mechanical engineering degree. However, he unfortunately coasted off these abilities and only skated through high school and college, his undergrad, with a 2.5 GPA. That, however, all changed when he went on for his master's at Lawrence Tech and graduated with distinction, earning a 3.95 GPA, something he's extremely proud of. He is now and has been working for TRW Automotive for 20 years, where he is currently a project manager and is in line to achieve a promotion to director. In those 20 years, there have definitely been some ups and downs. That especially came in 2008 when the economy nearly collapsed. Being in the automotive industry, it was hit hard. Not only did he survive the 60% labor cut that his company experienced, but he was actually promoted to his current job, which only goes to show how important he really is to his company. This, however, wasn't the only big test that he had to face during that time. My mom, also his wife, actually had to go through the experience of cancer. Being the only person bringing income into the family, he had to bear all the financial burdens and raise a family throughout the time, which he successfully did. Here's a fun fact. When me and my sister were very young, he was offered a job in Germany because of how much potential he showed the company. In this offer, he actually had his housing offered to pay for the first 5 years of living there, as well as a nice starting salary of $250,000 a year at the age of 35. Not many can say that they've been offered that. However, he declined this because he wanted to raise us kids in the United States. He wanted us to grow up with our grandparents and other family members. This brings me to his biggest passion of all, family. He does everything and anything to be at each one of his 4 kids' sporting events, family functions, or academic events. Whether it be football, basketball, or volleyball, he is there. Of course, he has had to miss some due to other civic sporting events, but he never lacks in loving us all equally. I can actually attest to this saying he has never missed a single one of my football games ever since I started playing football in 6th grade. That goes through high school and including a freshman year of college football that I played at Benedictine University in Illinois. Each and every weekend, he would make round trip 8 to 10 hours drive just to come watch me stand on the sidelines and support me. Sports have always been a huge way for him to teach his kids the importance of being part of a team, learning how to work with other people, discipline, determination, and perseverance that it takes to finish out a long sports season. Being that he has always been a fan of sports, he has been able to find a different avenue to stay involved with them as he continues to age. He did this by becoming a referee. Around 15 years ago, he started reffing soccer, and since then moved on to basketball, and throughout the summers, he currently umpires men's softball leagues. Not many people actually know this about his reffing career, but his very first basketball game that he officially reffed was during my JV basketball game against Catholic Central, the school that he actually graduated from. Talk about art. Past sports, he is almost guaranteed to be found at the Moose every Monday night after work, where he plays Texas Hold'em with his father and the same 30 other people every single Monday. Here he enjoys spending time with my grandfather and using his wits to usually finish in the top 5 consistently every single week. Last year, he won a league that he was in there that went on for 10 weeks straight. It is also ironic that he finds so much enjoyment in this game of deception, being that he is not a fan of quitters or liars. Two traits in people that he believes are extremely detrimental in becoming a quality individual. What does he want to do after work? Well, that's a huge question. He wants to hopefully, retire by the age of 60, 5 years before the typical retirement age. And in doing this, he wants to move to one of the Carolinas, settle down, where he can hopefully, finally, relax and play a little bit of golf. Playing golf, now that would be a revival of an old passion. He has made a huge sacrifice for my family, decided to retire from the sport in order to attend all 4 of us kids' sporting events. Just wasn't able to participate. Other than settling down in a nice comfort in the South, he more importantly wants to see all 4 of his kids graduate from college and see us all live happily after we have moved out and hopefully become contributing members to the society. Oh, and how can I forget about his dream to hopefully win the lottery and then open up his own Qdo locally and experiment with running his own businesses. He's a huge fan of Shark Tank. And living a stress-free life. Nothing comes better than that. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you project manager, friend, referee, mentor, role model, husband, and most importantly to me, my father, Lou Laurentiis.